The gymnasium was buzzing with excitement as the crowd of former classmates filtered in, each one eager to catch up on decades of missed conversations. Streamers and balloons in the old-school colors hung from the ceiling, and a banner that read, "Welcome back, Class of 2004, was draped across the entrance. Anna stood by the refreshment table, nervously fingering the edge of her dress as she scanned the room for familiar faces. She had been hesitant to attend her high school reunion, unsure if she wanted to confront the past she had carefully tucked away. "Anna, is that you?" She turned to see a woman with a wide smile and sparkling eyes. It took a moment, but then recognition dawned. "Jessica. Oh my God, it's been forever." The two women embraced, the years melting away in an instant. They had been inseparable during high school, partners in crime through thick and thin. Now, Jessica was animatedly recounting her life story, sharing tales of her career, marriage, and children. "And you, Anna? What have you been up to?" Anna hesitated, her thoughts momentarily drifting to the one person she hoped and feared to see tonight. "Oh, work, life. I'm a writer now, freelancing mostly." "It's been interesting." Jessica's eyes twinkled with curiosity. "Have you seen anyone else from our group? I heard Jake might come." Anna's heart skipped a beat at the mention of his name. Jake. Her high school sweetheart, the boy who had captured her heart with his easy smile and adventurous spirit. They had planned to conquer the world together, but life had taken them in different directions. She hadn't seen him since graduation. "I haven't seen him," Anna replied, trying to keep her voice steady. "But it would be nice to catch up." As the evening progressed, Anna found herself surrounded by familiar faces and old friends. Laughter and memories filled the air, each conversation a trip down memory lane. Yet, her thoughts kept drifting back to Jake. Had he changed? Would he even recognize her? Lost in thought, she didn't notice the tall figure approaching until he spoke. "Anna." She turned, and there he was. Jake. His hair was a bit shorter, and there were a few lines around his eyes, but the same boyish charm lingered in his smile. Her breath caught in her throat as a flood of emotions surged within her. "Jake," she managed to say, her voice barely above a whisper. "It's been a long time," he said, his eyes studying her face as if trying to read her thoughts. "Yes, it has," she replied, a smile slowly forming on her lips. They stood there for a moment, the noise of the reunion fading into the background as they looked at each other. Memories of shared moments, laughter, and heartbreak flashed through Anna's mind. She had often wondered what had become of Jake, but seeing him now brought a mix of relief and uncertainty. "Can we talk?" Jake asked, breaking the silence. "Somewhere quieter?" Anna nodded, and they made their way out of the gymnasium, finding a bench in the school courtyard. The night air was cool and refreshing, a stark contrast to the warmth inside. "So," Jake began, leaning forward with his elbows on his knees. "How have you been?" Anna took a deep breath, gathering her thoughts. "I've been good. Life has been busy. Writing keeps me on my toes." "That's great," Jake said, nodding. "I always knew you'd do something creative." You were always writing in your notebooks back in the day. Anna smiled at the memory. And you? What have you been up to? Jake sighed, a hint of melancholy in his eyes. I've been traveling a lot for work. I'm in marketing now. It's not as glamorous as it sounds, but it pays the bills. They talked for hours, sharing stories of their lives, their successes, and their struggles. It felt as though no time had passed at all, the years melting away with each word. Anna found herself laughing at Jake's stories, and he listened intently to hers, genuinely interested in every detail. As the night grew darker, Jake's expression became more serious. I've thought about you a lot over the years, Anna. I always regretted how things ended between us. Anna's heart ached at his words. She had replayed their breakup in her mind countless times, wondering what could have been different. I did too, Jake. But we were young, and life took us in different directions. He nodded, his gaze intense. Do you ever think about what might have been? All the time, she admitted, her voice soft. But we can't change the past. No, we can't, Jake agreed. But maybe we can start over. Anna looked at him, her heart pounding in her chest. The idea was tempting, but fear and uncertainty clouded her mind. Jake, I don't know. Just think about it, he said gently. We've both grown and changed, but maybe we still have a chance. Anna nodded, her emotions in turmoil. The thought of rekindling their love was both exhilarating and terrifying. They sat in silence for a while, the night enveloping them in its quiet embrace. As they stood to leave, Jake took her hand. I'm glad we met again, Anna. No matter what happens, I'm glad we had this night. Me too, she said, squeezing his hand. Let's see where life takes us. They parted ways with a promise to keep in touch, but as Anna walked back to her car, she couldn't help but wonder what the future held. The night had brought back old feelings, but it had also opened the door to new possibilities. The following weeks were a whirlwind of emotions for Anna. She found herself thinking about Jake constantly, replaying their conversations and imagining what could be. She poured her heart into her writing, using it as an outlet for her conflicted feelings. One evening, as she was finishing up an article, her phone buzzed with a message. Hey, Anna. Can we meet for coffee? I'd love to talk more. Jake, her heart raced as she read the message. She hesitated for a moment before typing her reply. Sure, I'd like that. How about tomorrow at 3 p.m.? The next day, she arrived at the cafe early, her nerves on edge. She spotted Jake sitting at a table by the window, and as he looked up and smiled, her anxiety melted away. Hi, she said, sitting down across from him. Hi, he replied, his eyes twinkling. Thanks for meeting me. They ordered their drinks and settled into a comfortable conversation. It felt natural, as if they had been meeting like this for years. Jake talked about his travels and work, and Anna shared stories from her writing career. As they sipped their coffee, Jake leaned forward, his expression serious. Anna, I've been doing a lot of thinking. Seeing you again has made me realize how much I missed you. I don't want to lose you again. Anna's heart skipped a beat. Jake, I missed you too. But I'm scared. We've both changed so much. I know, he said, taking her hand. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we've grown in ways that will make us better together. She looked into his eyes, searching for answers. The sincerity and hope she saw there gave her the courage to take a leap of faith. Okay, she said, her voice trembling. Let's give it a try. Jake's face lit up with a smile, and he squeezed her hand. Thank you, Anna. I promise I'll do everything I can to make this work. They spent the rest of the afternoon talking, laughing, and rediscovering each other. It was as if they were teenagers again, but this time, they had the wisdom and experience to appreciate what they had. Over the next few months, Anna and Jake navigated the ups and downs of rekindling their relationship. There were challenges and misunderstandings, but they faced them together, determined to make it work. They supported each other's dreams, celebrated each other's successes, and found joy in the simple moments. One evening, as they walked hand in hand along the beach, Jake stopped and turned to Anna. Anna, there's something I've been wanting to ask you, he said, his voice filled with emotion. She looked at him, her heart pounding. What is it? He took a deep breath, reaching into his pocket and pulling out a small box. Anna, I love you. I've loved you since high school, and I never stopped. Will you marry me? Tears filled Anna's eyes as she looked at the man she had loved for so long. Yes, Jake. Yes, I'll marry you. He slipped the ring onto her finger, and they kissed, the waves crashing around them in celebration. Their wedding was a small, intimate affair, surrounded by close friends and family. As they exchanged vows, Anna felt a sense of peace and happiness she had never known before. They had found their way back to each other, and this time, they were determined to make it last. Anna and Jake built a life together filled with love, laughter, and adventure. They continued to support each other's dreams, and their bond grew stronger with each passing day. Their love story was one of second chances, proving that sometimes, life does give you a second chance at happiness. As they stood together, watching the sunset on their anniversary, Anna rested her head on Jake's shoulder. Do you ever think about how far we've come? She asked, a smile playing on her lips. Every day, Jake replied, kissing her forehead. And I wouldn't change a thing. Their love had been rekindled, and it burned brighter than ever. They had faced the challenges of life together, and their love had only grown stronger. Anna knew that no matter what the future held, they would face it together, hand in hand, their love a beacon of hope and happiness. And so, their story continued, a testament to the power of love, second chances, and the unbreakable bond between two hearts meant to be together.